The music had faded. The lights had dimmed. Laughter drifted to the room as guests shuffled toward the exits. Warm with wine, softened by sentiment, they embraced, snapped final photos, and whispered compliments about the bride's glow. And I sat there, still, alone. She had walked past me during the recessional, never slowed, never looked. Her fingers laced tightly around the arm of the man beside her, her biological father. She clung to him like he had always been her anchor, not the ghost who skipped birthdays and forgot who she was until he needed something. He smiled like he'd earned a moment, basking in praise he never worked for. Then came the speech. She took the microphone, tears of joy glistening in her eyes, her voice trembling with emotion. "I want to thank the man who's always been there for me," she said, gaze locked on him. "Thank you, Dad, for showing me what a real father is." The room erupted in applause. I clapped too, slow, quiet, measured. Not a single person turned in my direction. I had raised her from 8 years old to 25. School drop-offs, ER visits, parent-teacher meetings. The first heartbreak. The fevers at 2 a.m. The braces. The therapy. The tuition. And him? He reappeared 4 years ago when his business collapsed, looking for a life raft. She welcomed him like he had never left, like he hadn't vanished during the years she needed him most. I didn't argue. I didn't resist. I thought if it gave her peace, it was worth swallowing the silence. But I misjudged how easily blood rewrites history when given a second chance. The wedding, every thread of that fairy tale, I paid for. My wife, her mother, insisted. "She's your daughter. She loves you." So I signed every check. The venue, the dress, the catering, the flowers, the band. I bought the magic. I told myself that maybe, somewhere in all of it, I'd get a moment, a nod, a quiet thank you whispered in the chaos. Instead, I got the bill, literally, after the cake had been sliced. The guests had drifted off, and the lights were half out. She approached me in her white lace and pearls. She smiled, held out an envelope. "This has the final vendor totals," she said. Then she turned and walked away. I stood there holding the cost of my own erasure. I didn't say a word. I didn't go home. I drove. No destination. Just taillights, empty roads, and the sound of my own breathing. I kept seeing her smile, the way it curled, not with warmth, but with distance, with cruelty. The next morning, I called my lawyer. I didn't ask. I gave instructions. Freeze the joint accounts. Pause all vendor payments. Initiate a forensic audit of every wedding-related expense. I want every dollar accounted for, not a single one more. They didn't know the finances like I did. It was my name, my money, my credit behind every dream they stitched together. And quietly, over the next 2 weeks, I unstitched it. The florist had charged double her quote. I filed a dispute, flagged her for contract fraud. The venue's final payment? Canceled for breach of agreement. The band? Never got their check. The makeup artist? Ghosted. Vendors called. Emailed. Showed up. I didn't respond. I forwarded everything to her. My wife panicked when the lights flickered out in the house. I had the utilities transferred to a separate account. My name, my payments. I shut them off. They tried to touch the savings. Gone. Moved into a trust. The joint credit card? Declined. Frozen. Panic bloomed like a storm cloud, and I sat in silence, watching. I moved into a hotel. Filed for divorce. Irreconcilable differences. Emotional manipulation. Financial exploitation. All documented. All timed. The house? Mine. Bought it before the marriage. Her name had never touched the deed. She came once. Stood outside my hotel room, eyes rimmed red, voice shaking. "No one told you to leave," she whispered. "You're being dramatic." I looked at her, really looked, and saw someone I didn't know. "I gave your daughter everything," I said. She handed me a receipt. The following month, my stepdaughter was served. Unpaid vendors filed legal claims. The venue threatened court action. Creditors demanded answers. I said nothing. She called once. I blocked her. An email followed. I deleted it. Then came the social media post about toxic men, ungrateful stepfathers. Her followers rallied. But the courts don't read hashtags. They read receipts. And the man who paid the bills? He keeps copies. Eventually, the wedding photos disappeared from their pages. The honeymoon ended early. And her biological father? Gone again. Apparently, he hadn't signed a single invoice, hadn't paid a cent. He just danced, smiled for the cameras, and slipped away when the music stopped. Poetic. Now I sit in my new apartment. Smaller, quieter, clean, no wedding photos. No footsteps echoing in the hall. Just peace. I hear they're struggling. Emotionally, financially. The vendors still want their money. But I don't. I already got my payment. Silence. Distance. And the quiet satisfaction of knowing. The man they ignored, the one they erased, he was the only reason it all ever happened. And the only reason it all fell apart. In the end, I didn't burn their world. I simply stopped holding it up